Say what it be, I know the king, follow his lead, repeat after me. I know they lurking, this serpent is circling, but I never worry, cause he got the keys, he let it bleed. Never put me on the freeze, just look how he spit it to me. It'll be out of right after I seek. You can't make the promise unless you the king. Jay with a baby, I am what he made me. No, you cannot shame me, so it's for the birds. Buy full price, you ain't know what it's worth. He not letting go like it's grandmama purse. Rolling with heavy, he feeling kinda discouraged, cause he feeling down in the dirt. I told him heavy, you only need faith, cause Yeshua already did all the work. Life or death, this life is best. I'd rather see the vision complete instead of the speed to find regret. You gotta breathe so you can be free, so you never need the ice and checks. This be my plea, I lost my debt. I gotta cheese, I found my flex. I gotta be, I gotta breathe, I gotta breathe. Keep moving. On my drive, keep it moving, hit the gas, yeah. On to the next, play no dwelling in the past, yeah. It's unusual how pain can make you glad. Pain can make you, pain can make you breathe. We on the way, talk about legacy, legends right next to me. Don't need it, check out the AG and Addy. Come with the beef and we serving the patties. Check out the verbs if it's getting chatty. You gotta move, but ain't gotta prove that you out in the front. You do what you do when you ain't gotta stunt. Cause humble is up and the proud gotta punt. 4th and 10, if you wanna win, best put me in. I got the shooters that's ready to spin. They come with the king and he know how to win. He come to your team and he do it again. Rain and sleep, when the sun is at its peak. Gotta keep moving my feet.
Red is on the beat.
What is going on, everybody? Bronx or nothing on a Saturday night this time. No Kevin. He's in Miami doing whatever he's doing. He's just too cool for us, I guess, you know? I mean, guy don't got time to work or talk about the Yankees. I don't know what's up with that guy.
How
But
dare
I
he
do
enjoy
got a
his
special
spring, man.
guest. Yeah, man. I do got a special guest here. What is up, my guy? Johnny Lasagna. How you doing,
What
bro?
is up? What is up? Thanks for having me on your show, man. I gotta say, it is a privilege to be on with the mayor of New York. I gotta
Nah,
say.
stop that, man.
I mean,
Oh my
walking,
God. Look at the tweet.
you,
Look
you
at the
walk,
tweet that Pete just pulled up, man.
you
Come
walk
on now.
through the hallways of Yankee Stadium, you go on the road, man. You go on the Twitter sphere. Look at this. They got Glaber with hearts over here, responding to Mario over here. I mean, come on, man. You being sharing a screen with this man right now is big time. So thanks for
Nah,
having me.
this show is not about me. This show is about the people. What's going on, chat? What's up, Macho, Medina, William? How's everybody doing tonight? Got a lot of Yankee news to talk about. There's actually been a lot going on since we last been on with Kevin last Friday. And we already got a super chat from pear-shaped toot. IKF was safe. Okay, little IKF was saved. That works.
From what? Say from
I'm
what?
not sure. I'm not sure exactly, but Penny goes, wait till Mario is on the float.
I'm glad IKF isn't here anymore, personally. But
Oh, it's a game season. It's an inside joke. Okay. What's up, Ra? What's up, Macho King? What's up, Chaz? Everybody doing?
what is up,
Just
everyone in the chat?
a little news before we get into the rotation. Yankees signed Lou Trevino, 1 year with the club option. Honestly, I don't mind this move, especially how the bullpens, you know, we didn't retain Wandy or Middleton, so don't mind this move at all. I'm sure, not a lot of people are crazy about it because he did come from the Frankie Montas trade, but I mean, I would take it. He's also not going to be ready until I believe, the midsummer. But hey, I think if he's ready for the midsummer, I would take the deal with the club option for the second year. How do you feel about that?
100%. And then they got him on a cheap deal. So I guess he showed up to camp and just waited for them to offer him something. Is that what he said? Just show up and they have to sign me or something.
No,
Um,
yeah, that's good. He's got a good attitude. He's ready to go, and
yeah,
man,
the guy wants to
he's
work.
starting to
So
rehab. Also
yeah,
with Efros, man.
yeah,
Also with Efros,
Trevino's a
yeah.
quality arm. Guy that's not going to be ready till midseason, but we know how Boone loves to kind of pull starters early and run this pen into the ground. So it's gonna be nice to have guys like Trevino and Efros coming back midseason. Hopefully fresh. Hopefully their stuff is crisp. They got all their velo back. They're feeling good. So it could be a good boost. I mean, if you get them back around August, they got about 2 months before the postseason. So get in there, shake some of the cobwebs. Hopefully, we're not in too close of a race, and we can kind of find some slots to get them in there. But yeah, two fresh arms, two guys who can come in middle, late in the game with a lead. Trevino, good stuff up to 97, good breaking ball, good sinker. Frost got the weird kind of funky arm angle. So yeah, it could be two guys that we could actually see in the postseason in some big moments and get some good production out of them. So I mean, I don't hate either of them. I mean, it sucks that Efros is going to be hurt and be out more, but with Trevino, it's nice that I mean, at least that's something we can hopefully look forward to come August.
Yeah, and Efros's back surgery came out of left field. We kind of expected,
Yeah.
for Boone to kind of be the bringer of bad news when the presser came out. I believe it was maybe on Wednesday or on Tuesday when the guy first reported. But I mean, Efros coming back from Tommy John and the back surgery, I guess that kind of put a damper in there because I know how Yankee fans feel. Some Yankee fans, you either love Clay Holmes or you hate him. He's a little shaky for
hmm
some guys, but I mean, I thought Efros was definitely going to get some chances,
hmm
to possibly be the closer. I know the Yankees like Clay Holmes. I'm a guy that I support Clay Holmes. I don't think he's as bad as Yankee fans, make him seem, but
I
definitely
mean,
a
there's
blow to the bullpen.
yeah, and I mean, Holmes is one of those guys. I mean, if you follow me on Twitter, I'm gonna keep talking about Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, there's times where I want to grab Clay Holmes by the neck and drag him off the mound, but there's other times when he's coming in throwing those bowling ball sinkers and he looks really good. And if you look at his numbers overall, if you look at his end of season numbers, they're really good. So sometimes it feels like maybe he's doing a little bit worse than he's actually doing. And sometimes he is a little shaky, like you said. He comes in, throws wild, but um, I mean, he's got a great arm, and his numbers are actually pretty solid. So I mean,
Except
it's a
for
guy
August.
you,
Let's not do the
yeah,
August stuff from last year.
yeah.
We had terrible August.
I think we
But
were there for the Colorado
yeah,
one.
no, yeah, that was tough. That was tough one to watch. We got a couple super chats. Maldo, what's up, brother? Let's fucking go, boys. Appreciate you, my guy.
Yes,
And then
sir.
I guess Pure Shave too. He also said Pete knows what it means. Okay. Okay, another super
Inside
chat from him.
joke.
We appreciate that. Inside your game season. Again, I'm still a little bit new
Inside
here. I
joke.
guess, Pete, when he's on with everybody by himself, he went crazy last year, and I don't blame him. The 2023 New York Yankees were definitely tough to watch. My guy, Joey Bag of Donuts with a super chat. My fault, guys. I'm falling a little behind with these. My guy, Joey Bag of Donuts, just a few weeks ago, we were trying to talk ourselves into Stroman. Now we can't wait for him to ball. Man, we'll definitely get into the rotation.
Oh
Yankees
yeah.
posting a ton of content about Stroman. Stroman with a couple quotes on his Instagram story. So it's exciting, man. It's exciting times. I feel like baseball, we're almost there. Spring training is
Getting
here and
close. This month is gonna
position
fly
players
by.
reporting. Yep, position players reporting next week. So that should be exciting. Speaking about position players, some more news. Jason Dominguez, they're hoping that he's gonna start swinging. I'm guessing that's live BP.
hmm
Um, towards the end of spring training, and then Jose Chirino, his calf injury. He got a step back. He's probably not going to be playing in the first couple weeks of games, but they
hmm
say the guy's going to be ready for opening day. But we know with the New York Yankees,
That means June.
you never know. Probably
Yeah.
June.
Oh, by
Um,
opening day means probably 2025 start of the season. But no, but I mean it's exciting to see Jason, I mean, healing well and I mean the guy is really, really young. So I mean the younger you are, the faster you heal. It's gonna be nice to see him back out there swinging the stick. Now, I know Harper and Otani and those guys are playing when and I mean they're healed, but they've had
yes.
roughly the same amount of days after surgery as Dominguez. They're swinging the bat. So are the Yankees being a little extra cautious here, or do they want him playing the field and hitting at the same time? That's kind of a question I have because I mean I'd love to have the dude bat in there if we could, but I
And a
totally
lot of
get
Yankee
slow playing
fans.
it. Yeah, I
Yeah, a
totally
lot
get
of
slow
Yankee
playing
fans.
it and getting him
Mm.
some reps in the minors and getting back comfortable and kind of get him into the spot where he's back to feeling normal. So I get it, but it is very encouraging. And then Trevino with the calf. I mean, anytime you get a soft tissue injury, a groin, a hamstring, a
Those are
calf, you
tough.
kind of want to, yeah, you want to kind of want to slow the roll on that and make sure they heal fully, because that's something that could linger all season, especially when you're crouching for your position all game. So, but I'm not gonna come on here and sound like a crazy person, and I'm not supporting injuries or
They
nothing.
love
All
your
right,
fire
but
though, bro. That's why
I
people follow
need
you
to
on
see.
Twitter. They love your fire.
I want Wells hitting, and I want him playing a lot. I mean, I understand Trevino as a platinum glove catcher, and he's incredible with framing and all that kind of stuff. But I need to see that left-handed stick of Wells in the lineup. I want him catching. I want him getting familiar with the staff, and I want him to get 400 at bats this year. So it's a guy I think has easy pop, oppo, pole side. You fit him in Yankee Stadium, the guy I think is going to put some massive numbers over the course of a whole season. So wish Trevino the best. We will welcome his glove when he gets there, but give me some. If I can get some more Austin Wells ABs, I'm all for it.
Yeah, man. Listen, I just go back to that homer that he hit, and I know kind of a meaningless series towards the end, but I was kind of just more focused on him and the young guys just getting their at bats,
Yeah,
especially when we pretty much felt like we were out of it. Although Pete did tell me, I believe it was on a live stream, he said this team is dead, and I think it was in July or August. I believe when we
yeah,
lost to the Marlins that series, that
yep.
walk off the Clay Holmes meltdown that is
Oh,
still in Yankee fans' heads. Oh man, that was a tough one. But I mean,
another
he
example
said they were dead. Mm.
of Boone having no feel for the game, but we will talk about that another day, not today.
We'll,
Did you,
we'll talk. We'll
so
talk about Booney a little bit later. Let's get
yeah,
into a
well,
voicemail. Let's do a voicemail. I think we got a
okay.
couple voicemails lined up. Make sure you guys smack that like and hit that sub bean. Let's get into the first voicemail.
What's up, Mario and lasagna? Macho King in the house, and I
Macho.
am
What is up?
positively
What is up?
over it that spring training is underway, and there's no turning back now. And Blake Snell is at a party that he didn't want to attend, but he's locked in now, yeah. And I'm gonna let you realize that you ain't getting $270 million unless he hell freezes over, yeah. But the guy we're not talking about is Jordan Montgomery, number 47. I know he got his feelings hurt, but it doesn't matter what your feelings are. If Yogi Berra could forgive and
Oh
come
man.
back, then it's good enough for you. And old trash can should make it happen if he wants to come back to the New York Yankees ticket. Because any pitcher we ask for in a trade, the name coming back is gonna be Spencer Jones from
That's
now on.
Yeah,
And we ain't got no
unfortunately.
time to waste on pipe dreams ticket. And I know Montgomery watches NYYU and listens to the Macho King. Come on back home, kid. Where you belong. Pick it for us in October. Oh, yeah.
Macho
Macho.
King.
That
Okay, I thought he was done already. Macho
he left
King,
with a
man.
bang.
Nah, yeah, one of the best. Before we get to that voicemail, Kyle Malay with a super chat. I still have a feeling that Snell will be a Yankee. And Macho just mentioned, he mentioned Snell. He mentioned Jordan Montgomery. We could talk about that right now, actually, because we were about to get into the starting rotation. Any chance? I listened to you a little bit last week. Any chance that Monty's like, listen, I'll take the short-term deal. It's already February. Pitchers and catchers already reported for all the teams, and they have yet to sign Scott Boras. Come on, man. What are you doing? You don't want
I
these
don't
guys to play baseball? I mean, what's going on? What's
I
going
don't
on?
see a
Are they
way.
coming?
I don't see a way Monty ends up back in pinstripes at all. I mean, I tweeted about it not too long ago. I would welcome him back with open arms because he's a guy that's going to eat innings. He's got good stuff. We just saw that he can compete in the postseason, which is all good things that we want. But I think just the Yankees overall pitching lab or whatever they do, specialize with Blake and all that kind of stuff. They were on a totally different page than Montgomery was, and they had him doing things he wasn't comfortable with. He went out there, he felt like he should be throwing more fastballs, and he wasn't. He went to St. Louis, he went to the Rangers, and he looked really good. And we're looking at Bader hobbling around in a boot. I mean, Bader had some good postseason. He had some good postseason moments, but overall, I mean, whoever got Monty won the trade. So I just think the Yankees pitching lab was on a totally different page than Montgomery, especially when Cashman's saying we don't think he's a fit in our rotation for the postseason. So when someone is diametrically opposed to what you're comfortable with and what you do best, and they tell you you're not good enough, if the money's close anywhere else, and I'm him, I'm taking the other money. I mean, he's gonna have to come back into the Yankees locker room or back into that pitching lab and say, okay, pal, now it's my way. See this ring right here,
Yeah.
buddy? You haven't had one in almost 20 years. So I'm going to pitch how I want to pitch, and then we'll see how it goes. But um, I don't know, man. I don't see Monty happening. Maybe Snell on a cheap deal. Him and Judge are friends, and we've heard all the rumors all off season and stuff like that. But I don't know. I think we're in a position now where we just got to kind of live with what we got, and if something happens, cool. But yeah, we'll get into the rotation more here coming up.
Monty's should go and tell, listen, Brian Cashman, you traded me away. I got a World Series ring. We're gonna do this my way.
Yep.
Let's get into the super chat real quick. My guy Ra Thompson on the super chat. My fault, I missed you, Ra. Trying to control a couple things here, but a couple things. Mario, send me that Yankees press pass. Ra, come on, man. You know I have one. Two, I'm loving the reports on Rodon. We'll get into Rodon. I'm loving that too. And then 3, I guess this is for you. When is the celebrity boxing match between Lasagna and Ben Verlander? Let's go Yankees.
I mean, I wouldn't call me a celebrity, but I mean, if Benny wants to get in the gloves, I mean, I know he's 6'4" and he's a pretty long dude, but I mean, I bang the body, I'll chop down the tree all day long. So if we want to scrap that, in all seriousness, Ben seems like a good guy. I like to mess with him, and he does talk about Ohtani too much, but I'm gonna keep razzing
a
him
little
for
bit
that.
too much.
I'm gonna keep
man.
going at him, and I know he gets chills when he sees my name come up in his comments because there's a ratio coming. But hey, if the guy wants to get in the gloves, I mean, let's rock it. But no, in all seriousness, he seems like a good guy. But I'm keep fucking with him, so that's what it is.
Let's do it. And another super chat from Slime Lewis, and this is interesting actually. LOL at fans ripping Scott Boras. It's the greedy owners at fault. I wouldn't you want the players getting a bigger piece of the $1 billion pie? I mean, that's true. If you look at it, this guy Blake Snell won a Cy Young, and the guy is still not signed. And
I think
off that super chat, I can ask you this question: do you think any of these guys get over 180 million? Chat, if you think that they get over 180 million, I'll do some Kevin here. Give me a 1 if you think over 180 million, and under, give me a 2. So chat, I'll have you guys answer that, but you can go into that a little bit too.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone's gonna get it, I think it'd be Monty. I mean, the guy eats innings. He had looked great in the postseason. I mean, Snell inconsistent last couple of years. He has a really high walk rate, injury history. So, yeah, he did just win a Cy Young, but I think he's asking for some crazy number, and teams don't want to come close to it. So maybe teams with their analytics think Snell is a little bit of smoke and mirrors. Got a little bit lucky last year with all the walks, but
I see a lot of
if I'm
twos. I see a lot of twos in the chat.
Yeah, if I'm handing anyone money, it's gonna be Monty.
I mean, the walk issue definitely is why Yankee fans are trying to stay away from Blake Snell. But the guy did win a Cy Young. If you were to tell any Yankee fan, maybe a casual fan, or a fan that just didn't watch San Diego Padres baseball and didn't watch a lot of Blake Snell, that you're getting the Cy Young Award winner from the NL for a cheaper price. The 270 was Scott Boras asked, I believe it was. That's what was reported. And you're getting him for under that. You're getting him for maybe 160, 150 for what? 5 years, 4 years with a couple options.
If you get him on a Rodon type deal, you got to take that.
I think the Yankees are willing to as well, pay him a little bit more than Rodon. That was the report. And then they pivoted and they got Marcus Stroman. But Anthony Garcia with a super chat. Johnny, you forgot to add the passing tweet. You forgot to add passing to that tweet.
Which one?
I'm not sure. Anthony Garcia, maybe I don't know. Is that like an inside joke that I'm not sure about?
I don't know. You come at passing, you better be very careful because not only will he block you, but he'll cook you on Twitter too. So I don't know. Hey, if Passon's listening, it's all love over here, man.
Nah, all these guys will. But let's get into one more voicemail and then we'll hit the rotation.
Oh, hang on. Looks like he said maybe he's talking about when Passon destroyed Ben. Yeah, that's true. I mean, Ben gets cooked a lot on there. I mean, Verlander's little brother, Justin Verlander's little brother.
Oh, your Ben Verlander tweet, yeah. With Ohtani, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. Let's get into a voicemail, and then we'll do the rotation.
Well, I tell you what, I wasn't going to call, because you got the Daytona 500 tomorrow, and I'm pre-gaming for that motherfucker. But, hey, I had to ask Mr.
gonna rain.
Lasagna what it's like taking Kev's spot working with Pete on the podcast, on the Bronx or Nothing podcast with Pete. Because I was watching the All Rise the other morning, and I said, wait a minute, man, that's Pete Spaghetti-O. Simonetti, Pete Simonetti. So, man, that can't be him. But all I got to say, man, is like my buddy Simon says, Aaron Judge, he's a gift from God. And,
He is.
Mario, we done talked about that there Balake Snell feller and said if it got to February, we felt good about it. Well, let me tell you what, boy, it might go to March.
It's almost
y'all
March.
Have yourselves a good show. Hello in the chat, and we'll see y'all later. Dale?
Appreciate the call, man.
Appreciate the call. We got 2 super chats. Johnny Spaghettios. That's your
Yes,
new name
sir.
from DJ Steele's our guy. Hi,
DJ
Mario. What's up, fellas? Got it.
DJ bullied me so bad I had to get some new earphones, man. I gotta tell you.
Yeah, man.
Came on
You
here.
got to be ready
He-
with the chat, man. The chat is
he came
ruthless.
on
I mean,
here.
they made me shave my head. Well, for good reason, but
I mean,
it
it wasn't shaved all the way. We'll give
Oh,
you.
you're gonna come at me now.
We'll give
Don't
you
let
a
me shave-
pass. We'll give you. No, he said I had the air traffic control PS5 specials on last time, so I mean, I haven't been able to sleep for a few weeks because of that. So I mean, had to fix it.
And also a question, a super chat from Aaron Rodgers. With Boris not having a successful offseason, do you think he will try to make it up next offseason with Soto and Alonso? I'm not sure what's going to happen with Pete. It's interesting because I feel like the Mets fan base is 50-50, but this is New York Yankees underground. So we'll talk about Soto. We're going to talk about it a little later, but we can mention it now. With the Cashman comments saying basically just talking about this year, are you worried that possibly Soto can walk and go somewhere else? I mean, is Boris going to feel that pressure next offseason with those 2 big names possibly being on the market?
I mean, all the leverage is going to be on Juan Soto's side, I think, and Boris knows that. The Yankees want to keep him. They know the backlash they're going to get from the fans if they don't resign him. I think the Yankees. Someone tweeted not too long ago, when the Yankees go for the big stars, when they go for Judge, when they go for Cole, they usually get their guy. So hopefully that trend continues with Juan Soto, obviously for obvious reasons. But I don't know why I'm kind of confident they're going to re-sign him. I think he's going to love being in the building. He's gonna love the Dominican influence. I think the Yankees are gonna try to do as best as they can to match whatever his top offer is when he does hit the open market. So I wouldn't say confident. I kind of have a good feeling about it. I mean, I could be 1,000% wrong and he could walk like Cano did, but we'll see. I think Boris and Soto have all the leverage, and if someone offers way more than the Yankees do, I don't blame him for taking it, honestly.
Yeah, and we also got apparently Scott Boris is in the chat. He says Soto 13 years, 600 million to the Mets. Scott, take it easy, all right, Scott. Apparently he's in the chat. That's what it says. Scott Boris in the chat.
To the Mets.
Rich Squires with a super chat. He says option 3. Just sign Bauer for the league minimum. He's as hungry as Stroman. I just think that the Yankees are not willing to do that.
Yeah, I don't think
I mean, I don't know. You can hit on that a little bit, but I think they already got a guy in Stroman, and of course, 2 different stories completely between Bauer and Stroman. I know all the stuff with him, and not sure there's any legal stuff going on with him, but just don't think the Yankees are that desperate for a starter. If anything, I think they maybe go out and they trade for Bieber, but I don't think that they would go out and get Trevor Bauer. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, they love to have the clean reputation, the clean haircuts. They love to control the narrative in the media. They love all that stuff. So when you bring the media parade that Bauer's going to bring, whether he's guilty or not, I don't know if the Yankees have the appetite for that, especially in a season where they really need to rebound from a really disappointing season last year. So, I mean, Bauer, the talent, I'm curious about it. I mean, he's been pitching elsewhere. I don't know. We don't know what the stuff looks like outside of the YouTube stuff he does in the cage, but I just don't think the Yankees have the appetite for the media circus that he's going to bring with him.
100%. I mean, Herman's not even signed, so I feel like there's a lot of guys out there still not to be signed. And maybe once Snell and Montgomery are signed, and teams will pivot, maybe give them an offer. But I don't think any team with a big market is willing to sign them. We got a couple more super chats, then we'll get into the rotation. I feel like I've been saying that for a while. Our guy Jeff J. What's up, fam? We're so deep that we need it now. So overcoming the 4-step. Snell, Gumby, or Bauer. we must win this year or waste another year of Cole and Judge. May lose Soto to free agency. Man, I don't even want to think about losing Soto to free agency. And Cashman also mentioned that, the window's closing, man. We got a lot of guys on 1-year deals, and we'll see what
That's
happens.
true.
My guy Glaber, possibly, after this year, he's not going to be back with the Yankees. A lot of Yankee fans feel that way. We have a couple guys in the minors that might be ready to go. Might be ready to go next year. Vivas, we traded for him. A lot of Dodgers fans were saying that the kid could be a stud. We'll see what happens with Volpe this year, but we gotta assume that he's the shortstop of the future. But second base, man, I can't tell you right now, off the top of my head, right now, who's gonna be the second baseman next year. I have no clue.
And they can pencil in Peraza there, and he's going to play great defense. And like you said, we give minor leagues are filled with middle infielders. So, I mean, pick your poison, who you want to stick there, and probably going to play good defense. We don't know what the offense is going to look like, but I think their offseason next year has to be money-wise has to be centered around Juan Soto, and then worry about the rest later. So, you're right. There could be a huge gap there at second base, but I mean, we'll see how it plays out.
No, 100%. And one more super chat from DJ Steele, our guy.
Oh, here we go.
Bro, Johnny went from our ice cream machine is broken headphones all the way to the stethoscope headphones. All up, bro. And don't even get me started with Mario's broken promise. Listen, man, my hair's growing back. I'm happy. Listen, if the Yankees win, Yankees start winning, I think everybody's going to be okay. But listen, I guess if they lose, and the hair's on me. The season's on me if we lose. Because I didn't shave my head all the way. Or if Soto doesn't come back. I don't know. The chat's forever going to give it to me. But I understand. Let's get into the starting rotation. We've been wanting to for a while. Let's get into that. Sorry, guys. I've been a little bit slow.
Let's finally get into
that. With the super chats. But the rotation. Gerrit Cole, we know he's Gerrit Cole. Has to be the one from last year. Top 3 pitcher. We need that. But the Rodon stuff is very interesting. The guy's sitting mid-90s, according to Martino, and he topped out at 97. Compared to last year, he was sitting 90 to 92. And I don't know about you, man, but I'm ready to see this guy on the mound. I don't care if it's spring training. I know the results, take it with a grain of salt. But at this point, man, I'm excited. We need this guy. If we want to make it to the World Series, if this team wants to play deep into October, Rodon has to be big for us.
Has to be that guy. And seeing all these pictures of how slim he looks is very encouraging. Said something earlier today about how he looked in his bullpen. I mean,
look at the bullpen, man.
He's in control of his body. His tempo looks good. He looks confident. He looks fit. He has great balance. He's getting good finish on his pitches. He's really getting out there and pulling down. So those are all things you see when the guy's feeling good. So hoping the weight loss and the uptick in velocity this spring translates into a great April, and hopefully he can continue that on through the rest of the season, have a good year. But I mean, he might have a few clunkers during spring training games, but everyone needs to chill. I mean, I know he's got a lot of pressure on him based on how bad he was last year, and we're all expecting him to come out here and win 40 games because he lost some weight. But spring is for getting your work in. Spring is for building up your arm strength. Spring is for getting feel for your breaking ball.
Look at that
all those different things. So yeah, the dude's looking out. He's looking pissed off. He's looking determined. The shirt's looking a little tight around the arms. Man's been hitting the weights a little bit, maybe.
Okay.
So, I mean, he looks fantastic. Don't overreact if he has a couple rough starts in spring. That's what it's for. But hoping the uptick in velocity means good things coming soon.
Yeah, and I saw somebody in the chat saying that he's so a little chunky. I mean, he's just a bigger guy. I think that's always how he's been. And I'm just right now thinking about how it started for him with the Yankees, just how everything started last year at spring training, and kind of rushed himself back. Last season was a complete wash. I know Pete and a lot of people in the chat are big Rodon guys, but there's also some Yankee fans that are like, this guy's not going to work out. He's Carl Pavano 2.0. No, I know that gets a lot of people upset. Yeah, no, it's too early. And Kevin is big on that, but Sandy's Carl Pavano is crazy because Kevin always says that. Yeah, listen, Rodon wants to take the ball. He wants to work. He came in shape, and some people were telling me, that could be a change in velocity, but the guy's hitting 97 on the radar gun still. I don't think velocity is going to be a big deal for him. I just need the guy to be healthy, man. I want him to pitch.
You're right. I mean, what did concern me a little bit was him talking about how things got in his head, how he was overthinking, how he had the pressure
after the
from
season
the
were
fans.
very concerning. Yeah, they were very concerning.
When you're a bulldog type pitcher like him, you grab the ball, you take the mound, and you pour that fastball in there. You're aggressive. It's your plate. It's your batter's box. It's your mound. You go up there with a fuck you attitude and you bring it. And that's what he did in 2022. But you could tell there was times in 2023 where he was in his head. He was thinking too much. He missed location. Maybe he gives up a couple runs in the first inning and it's here we go all over again. So, I mean, I would like for him. I appreciate him being transparent and sharing his thoughts about his mental process and all that kind of thing. But we know in New York, things can snowball a little bit. And with the fans knowing he might be a little bit of a head case, a little scary. If he's out there overthinking, if he has a rough start in April and he gets smacked and there's booze again, is it going to turn into something that carries over to his next couple starts? Is this something he might be able to get over and just flush it and be better his next start? The mental thing was kind of concerning, especially after last year. He had that rough end of the season against the Royals. He said he just wanted to disappear.
Yeah.
He left his
terrible.
family and he went and kind of isolated himself. Those are things those are things you don't want to hear. But I mean, the stuff is there. I mean, if his arm is feeling good, if the velo's up, if he's pumping, if the breaking ball is good, I mean, he's going to be. If you look at how he was in 2022, he was one of the best pitchers in baseball. So the ceiling is there. Yeah, we're hoping we see that again. But hopefully his mental is good.
My biggest thing is, and I'm a Rodon fan. Met him last year down spring training. Great guy, but you know how fans are in New York. It's about results at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
A lot of Yankee fans, obviously, we hope they're all good dudes, but we don't care about, most Yankee fans.
No.
It's not really about feelings. We want to win. We want to win. Haven't won in 15 years, going on 15 years now. Makes me sick thinking about it. That's the last time we saw a winner. Just no excuses, honestly. Yeah, it feels like a long time ago. No excuses from him. And just the stuff last year with blowing a kiss to the fans in Anaheim. I don't know if you were there in Anaheim.
I was there.
That was just a disaster. Yeah. You Cali boy.
Gave up a bomb to. Hey, I wish I could be at East Coast boy and be at every home game like you, but I gotta wait till they visit the Big A over here. I mean, hey, and with Ohtani gone, hopefully the tickets are dirt cheap and I can get them for free and sit behind home plate and you could watch me make funny faces. But
that'd be good.
Yeah,
be good,
I mean,
man.
It's going to be interesting. Really hoping for Rodon to have a good start to the year and be good all year.
Nah, definitely. And another super chat from my guy Pierre. He goes, "We are living in a hot dog. We are living in a hot dog and planting flowers." Is that another thing? Kevin in the chat.
I'll leave that one to you.
Hi, Mario. I don't know. Is that like a joke? Macho, I want the younger fans to see a dynasty, man. Hey, that's the hope. I watch the captain all the time, man, hoping that I'm going to see a dynasty. But listen, I'm just focused on winning one. I just want one parade.
Yeah.
I just want one parade. But let's get into Stroman. I don't want to get too sidetracked. Let's get into Stroman. Yankees been posting him a lot. He's had a couple things to say that he's excited to be a Yankee, that he was destined. I think he posted something on his Instagram story. He was destined to be here. Look at that right there. Shout out our guy, Dan Rourke. Yet not a soul or thing will ever dim this light. I was destined to play in the navy blue pinstripes. The universe always places you where you're meant to be. Time to be great. Man, time to be great, Stro. I mean, listen, a lot of Yankee fans still upset about missing on Yamamoto. And they posted today, and I'll be honest, I don't know how you guys felt. I know the chat's sick and tired of me talking about Yamamoto. I was sick to my stomach, man. Watching that guy. I mean, he's got nasty.
I threw an adult tantrum on Twitter. If you can go back and look at my Yamamoto stuff, I was kicking and screaming.
Man.
I had my mind made up that he was a Yankee already. And when he went to the Dodgers, man, I can't say I was shocked, but he went to go. I felt like he took the easy way out. He went to go join his buddy Ohtani, whatever. Go be butt buddies or whatever. But yeah, I was pretty upset. But to pivot to Stroman, I mean, I said it on the last show. A lot of Yankee fans hate Stroman. I, for one, am not a guy who's blocked. So take that for what it is. But
I mean, look, guys, it's a block button, man.
Everyone's blocked.
If he's pitching well, you'll have a 0 on your back for the World Series, guarantee it.
100%. And I say it all the time. When he in 2017, when he pitched that championship game for the World Baseball Classic, and he went out there bulldog mentality, attacking the strike zone, big game kind of guy. I was like, damn. I mean, that's a dude. That's a dude I want on my team. So, I mean, I know he said a lot of crap over the years about the Yankees and fighting with fans on Twitter and stuff like that. But if the guy's going to log 140, 150 innings, he's going to attack hitters, be a bulldog in October.
Innings.
I mean, sign me up,
innings. Man. Yeah, innings is what we really need, man.
Yep.
At this point, we know, listen, I'm just going to be honest. Rodon's probably going to go to the IL at some point. Let's get into Nestor, might as well. Right now, well, before we get into Nestor, we got a super chat from Bernard. He goes, So with all the talk about Spencer Jones being the next judge, which I say, don't give that to that kid. Let Spencer Jones be Spencer
No.
Jones. Wanted to mention
Yeah.
that. I went back and looked at the early scouting on Judge. I sent it to Johnny today. Average player. So the Yankees had no clue. I mean, we'll see with Spencer Jones. I'll be real. Do not think the Yankees are going to trade him. They're not going to trade him. They're going to find a way
I
for
don't
this
think
kid
so.
to play somewhere. Unless, like, the perfect trade, it's like a highway robbery on their end. They get,
Right.
like, I don't know, maybe like a Bieber and a Class A, something like that. For
Mm.
Spencer Jones, like, they got to completely rob the team. Some crazy trade like that,
Mm.
which Cleveland would
Gotta
never
sweep them
do.
off their feet.
Yeah.
Right.
So they really want to keep Spencer Jones. And that makes me a little bit hesitant with the Soto quotes. But we'll see what happens. But what are your thoughts about Spencer Jones? And before that, make sure you guys smack it a likey. Hey, this how we got 200 people in here. Johnny's first time on the Bronx or nothing, man.
Let's
Kevin
go.
in Miami
4 away
chilling,
from
but
100. 4 away from
yeah,
100 likes. So pound that like
yes, sir,
button.
man.
Um, I, I'm excited for Spencer Jones. I think he's a great athlete, like we've all read. I think he's got great power. Obviously, he's a unicorn with the height. He's a lot of comparisons to Judge, which I think is unfair as well. But um, it's tough, man. I know a Cease is a possibility for him. I know Burns might have been a possibility, and that stings because we do need innings. We do need that guy behind Garrett Cole who we can count on game 2 in the postseason. Hoping we get there, but yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see Jones play this spring. A lot of people are saying he made great strides this offseason in terms of improving his approach at the plate and cutting down his strikeout rate and all that kind of stuff. So I am excited to see that. But they're putting a lot of pressure on him just the same ways Volpe got pressure when we passed on Seager and Trey Turner and all those guys at shortstop. If you're gonna keep the guy and not go get the pitching, the guy's got to be the real
He
deal.
better
So
he better be good. That's
he's
the
got to
biggest thing.
be,
He's
got to
better
be.
be good. But we'll see. I don't think they're gonna trade him for a starter, but we'll see what happens. Still have about a month until opening day.
Yeah.
Speaking about starting pitching, Nestor Cortez, and it's been kind of interesting the reports about him. Our guy Gary Phillips, he tweeted out, as you could see, Nestor Savant right there. Nestor Cortez expected to be ready in the early season. All right, so he's trying to get over the hump with his shoulder, which is it's a little bit of an issue. You also mentioned that Rodon was sitting 97. Nestor
Mhm.
says he's feeling good, but I don't know. I'm starting to get doubts into my head. I think that's why the Yankees are going out and maybe trying to get another starter at this point. Maybe trade
Mhm.
for a starter or
And
possibly
that's
maybe Blake Snell falling to our last, but we'll see. But I'm very worried
hopefully.
about Nestor, honestly. Even if he's the 4, I'm
I
worried.
and honestly, I'm not putting a huge amount of hope into Nestor being what he was previously in 2022.
Yep.
Again, we've seen the on and off arm issues, and some guys got a rubber arm, some don't. And it seems like he might be better suited for that middle relief kind of slot where you can come in middle of the game if a starter has a rough inning, or maybe bridge the gap to the setup guys in a close game, maybe a little bit of a lead. It's usually shoulder is something that's very concerning. Elbow, you usually get TJ, forearm tendonitis. It usually heals with rest. Recurring shoulder stuff, velo's not there. That's a concern. Usually workload increasing is not going to help that. So, I mean, they just got to see how his velo looks. They're probably going to start him in the rotation regardless. So
He's
we'll
not an
see how that
overpowering guy.
how
Nestor's never been. He's sitting 90,
right.
92. He's not an overpowering guy at
He's gonna
all.
have to be more crafty. He's gonna have to really hit his spots. And if he like we've been talking about before with him busting right-handers inside and really establishing that inside part of the play where he can get back to the outside corner or elevate. Right-handers are not afraid of that inside anything, cutter, fastball from Nestor, especially if his velo is diminished. So that's going to be something to really watch this spring, early in the season, see how it goes. And we do have a little bit of depth in terms of starting pitching with Weaver and some other guys, maybe Heel,
Will Warren, he might be getting an
Will
outside
Warren,
shot. I know
Clayton
Dane's excited
Beater.
about him playing beater as well. That
So
should be
if
exciting to see how they look during
Yeah,
camp.
if
But
Nestor's not looking right and the velo's down and he's getting smacked around, I think it might be next man up and find another slot for him. So we'll just have to see how it plays out. But so I think we're going to
yeah,
talk about Clark after that. I know Clark
yeah,
is your guy,
he is. He is my guy.
big Clark guy,
I just need him to be better against lefties. I think that's the biggest thing with Clark. Want him to
huge.
take that big leap forward. And we kind of saw. Hopefully, Pete could pull that up for us. But against lefties last year, he just really struggled. I mean, look at that
Yeah,
ERA.
right.
Really in the sixes against lefties. And of course, he was really bad in April. He really
Mm-hmm.
struggled in April. But if you look at it, I mean, if you look at the season as a whole, he might
I,
have been the
I
Yankees' second best pitcher, honestly. I don't think
I
that's
was
kind of
I
crazy
I
to
was
say.
very encouraged. I think he had a streak of what? How many starts where he went quality starts, 6 innings or 5 or 6 innings, 3 or 2 runs or less or something like that.
Yeah, he was
Um,
quality.
the guy took the ball every fifth day. He was out there pretty dependable. I think towards the end of the year, I think he did pitch a little bit better against lefties. I'm not sure if we have that, but it's the same thing with Nestor. I mean, Nestor, he's got to bust right-handers in to get him off the plate, get him a little uncomfortable. Schmidt's going to have to pound the lefties in and get them to think about something else, get that cutter in there so he can go back away with that changeup, maybe bounce a breaking ball, chase him up with a heater. Um, he's got to attack lefties inside because lefties, we all know, you were a pitcher, I was a pitcher. If lefties feel comfortable and they don't feel like you have anything that you can locate inside or pound them in to get them off that middle away, they're going to sit out there, keep that front shoulder in, they're going to spray the ball everywhere off of you. So, and that's something we saw with Clark. So I think he's got to get the slider down and in. He's got to get the cutter in. He's got to get the heater in there. Be comfortable with pitching inside, and I think that's something he can do. I mean, it's a natural progression for a pitcher, especially at the major league level. So I'm interested to see if he makes the adjustment, if he keeps making those adjustments this spring,
Have to make have
if
to
he
make
can
those adjustments. Yep.
continue, yeah, into the season. So I'm excited to see it because I think if he can get lefties out more consistently, I think overall he could be a very good starting pitcher. So
Yeah, I mean, my worry is also the innings limit. I think the Yankees are definitely gonna have an innings limit with him.
yeah.
Kind of Kevin and I last year, we were kind of thinking, maybe this guy just wasn't made to be a starter, put him back into the bullpen. And then after he had a tough start, I think it was against the Angels at the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yo, maybe just put him back into the bullpen because this is just not working out. Have somebody
Right.
else fill into that starter role because you're down 6-0 with that Yankee offense from last year. You were not winning the
Oh,
game.
yeah.
I mean, scoring 5 runs was like a luxury. If we scored five
Uh,
runs, it felt like that if we had to keep them under, we had to keep
If
them
we were down
under.
two, it felt like we were down 20. So
That's how it
hopefully,
felt. Yeah,
hopefully that's a little different this year. I mean, it should be, but I mean,
it'll definitely feel a little different. But before we get into, I wanted to get into maybe Luis Hill and Luke Weaver. Let's get into a voicemail. Let's do a voicemail.
Ew, que lo Kentucky Fried Chicken, my gente. Que it's
It's
your
okay.
boy Kevin
It's okay.
FKC in the house from Florida. A bit under the weather today.
Okay.
Got
oh
bit by a
no.
bug, but feeling much better. And I wanted to drop a voicemail for my fellas. Shout out to Johnny Lasagna. Helping me out.
What up,
Enjoy my
man?
vacation. Filling me in
Yeah,
there.
thanks for letting me come
Appreciate
on
your
here, man.
boy
I appreciate
killing
it.
it, as I assume. But listen, Johnny, I am interested. What do you think? Because me and Mario went back and forth a lot last season on Rodon. How confident are you that this guy's going to have a comeback season so far, what you see of him? And take it going easy.
Huh.
Thank you, my guys.
Confident? I mean,
Thank you, Kev. Appreciate you, bro. Feel better.
I feel better, man. He got the Miami flu down there. I mean,
Yeah, man.
no, I'll get better though. Enjoy the rest of your vacation, and I appreciate you having me on here in your seat. But I would say I'm more hopeful about Rodon than confident. Of course, being in better shape and the velo being up is very encouraging. But he's got a lot to prove. I mean, we can't just go off of weight loss and increase velo in spring. It's February. I'm more hopeful that he's going to be that guy again. I think he can be, but confident, not super confident to be honest.
Yeah, I'm holding my breath with honestly 2 through 4. 2 through 4,
Yeah.
Rodon, Stroman, Nestor. Have no idea
And
what I'm gonna get. And listen, I can see all the videos I want. Spring training, it'll make me feel better if they pitch well against these teams. Because listen, we kind of my eyes have to see it. But the
mhm.
way the Yankees start off the season, where I'm looking at the schedule right now: Houston, Arizona, Toronto, and Miami, 4 playoff teams, I believe.
Got to be
That's
ready.
tough. Got to be
Got to
ready
be
to go.
ready. And the
Can't
one
fall
thing I
behind.
hate hearing every year is, oh, it's early. Oh, is he struggling? Oh, it's early. Oh, we lost a few games. Oh, it's early. With how close the wild card ends up being at the end of the year, there's no, it's just early. Be ready to play every game, ready to win. I mean, I understand there's a bullpen budget and we're going to have the load management crap that we always get.
Yep.
Tip of the cap, Aaron Boone. Can't wait till you're gone. Anyways, it can't just be, oh, it's early. There is no slack here. Come out ready to play, get on the field, win baseball games because the margin of error is very slim, especially with extended wild card and all these teams very close. especially with our division, how competitive it is. You got the Orioles, Blue Jays, Rays. Everyone's got to be ready to play, got to be out there ready to win games. So I'm hoping the team is managed accordingly. Obviously, we got better players. We got Soto, we got Verdugo, we got Stroman, we got these guys out there. I mean, which is going to help, but got to be ready to play early.
Got to be ready to go. And we were actually talking about the bullpen a little bit. Talk about Luis Hill a little bit. Yankees possibly trying to stretch him out as a starter. Guy just came off Tommy John. We already know how the bullpen's looking.
Right.
Got Efros with back surgery. We were hoping he was going to be ready by opening day, possibly. Him coming off Tommy John. He's not going to be ready. Lucherino, he's signed, but he's not going to be ready. We already mentioned that. Luke Weaver, they did sign Luke Weaver. So that's why I think the Yankees may be done getting another starter until maybe they make a trade at the deadline. But what do you feel Luis Hill's role, Luke Weaver's role going to be? Because listen, losing Michael King out of the bullpen, and I know he was a starter as well, as we got some video of Luis Hill. He got hit a little bit during that on Austin Wells, but I mean, the guy still throws 100 miles an hour, high 90s. Right. So I think he could have some wipeout stuff, with that slider, that off speed, and he was working on a changeup as well. So he could have some wipeout stuff, possibly put him in the bullpen.
I'm not expecting Hill to be kind of back to what he was immediately. I'm expecting a little bit of a lengthy kind of process, get his feel back, build him up a little bit. Obviously, the stuff's going to be there before the location is, so there's going to be times where he's going to get smacked around. They might let him get out there and just figure stuff out during spring. He might have a start where he gives up 7 runs, and they leave him out there and just say, work on your stuff, get a feel for your breaking ball, start locating that heater. I mean, work on your stuff. Don't worry about the end result of the at bat. Get out there and just get back to feeling like your normal self. So I mean, I hope he's kind of close to where he was maybe by the All-Star break. I don't think we can really expect a whole lot before then. But I don't know, he might surprise us and figure it out a little bit sooner and get that feel back. But definitely an exciting arm to have back in the mix, especially when you can touch triple digits. That's absolutely a welcoming sight. So fingers crossed on him.
Yeah, I mean, and you can't rush him back either. Coming back from Tommy John, we know how the Yankees are. They always take their time either way. So you can't rush a young kid like that back and expect him to, possibly be a starter. Then injuries are going to continue to occur. And the injury bug killed this team. I mean, multiple things killed this team last year, but the injury, the Judge, was really an issue, and a couple other injuries for not being healthy. Yep, and we were there, which was
perfect
tough.
Storm. We
were there. Let's do one more voicemail. I think we got a few more. And then we'll get into some Judge and some Soto stuff.
Yo, what up, what up? It's Maldo Fett out here, first time.
Maldo, what up, brother?
Voicemail.
What up?
I'm super, super stoked for Johnny's Lasagna, Mario Gomez, just the whole crew out there at NYYU.
Thank you, man.
I've been following Pete for a while, and I'm glad y'all are definitely taking things to the next level. Can't wait to see y'all at the stadium this year. And
we'll be there.
Stoked for this season. Can't wait to see Stroke kill it. Can't wait to see Rodon bounce back. Nestor hopefully stays healthy. But yeah, let's get it, boys. Go Yanks.
Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Big year coming.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah.
Appreciate the love.
Excited, man. I'm excited for baseball season. Excited to see what this offense is going to be about. Hopefully Stro is doing his thing there opening day at the stadium. He mentioned it, how he got the chills. He's like, listen, I was born to be a Yankee. Happy to be here, but I mean, listen, actions speak louder than words. We got to see how the team does. I think they're going to hit this year. I know me and you
100%.
were big, we're big Verdugo guys. Hopefully he'll be leading off.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see him.
Yeah, according to Boone, we'll see. I don't think Verdugo will be leading off much, but definitely excited, man. Just happy baseball is back at this point.
Oh yeah, we're ready. We're ready for games.
Let's get into some offense. We talked enough about the starting rotation. Aaron Judge wants to hit third. And you and I, we've been kind of talking about what's 1, 2, 3 going to look like. The chat has been talking about it. What do you guys think opening day, the 1, 2, 3 is going to be like? I mean, you got Judge's numbers right there. I know you posted about how Soto, a lot of red. You posted about Soto, how he's going to be, hitting from the 2-hole most likely. His OPS difference from the 2-hole and the 3-hole. You posted about that. I don't like it either. Again, it is Aaron Judge behind him, so he's definitely going to see more pitches to hit. But DJ LeMahieu leading off, then Soto, then Judge most likely. Not too crazy about it. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I love the idea of I mean, we know Verdugo hits a ton of doubles, right? He's a lefty in Yankee Stadium. He's going to have a little bit more pop. The power number is going to be better playing there. I love the idea of having a potential leadoff double or a leadoff pulled homer down the line from Verdugo to lead the game off.
Yeah.
Judge second, have the left right, put Soto third. You got your left, right, left. Verdugo a little bit more athletic than DJ. I'm not going to say he's going to steal a base, but let's say he hits a single, Judge hooks one in the gap. Verdugo can go first to third or maybe score from first. Compared to DJ, who is, I'd call him
A little slower.
He seems like a nice guy, and our guy Joey, love Joey, DJ MVP. But DJ is a big, slow dinosaur. And when let's say he hits that leadoff single, it's going to be hard to move him. You're going to need Soto or Judge to hit a bomb to really split a gap and get this guy on his horse. I wouldn't say he's a prototypical leadoff hitter. I mean, he did finish the season improved last year, which is great to see. I don't think the toe thing with DJ is a problem anymore, but I don't like him hitting leadoff anymore. I would much rather have Verdugo than do Judge. I mean, Judge has hit 62 home runs from the 2-hole. I think he'd be just fine. And then put Soto in his third slot where he's more comfortable. I mean, even Boris called the Padres and said, put my guy back third. I just don't like the idea of you bring a Soto in for possibly 1 year, if he's comfortable hitting third, put him third.
Oof, DJ.
So I don't know. I don't know why you'd get a guy like him that'll come into town. You know he prefers to hit third, and you want to put him in a different slot that he might be a little uncomfortable with. Let the guy be as comfortable as possible for the whole season. The only season you might have him, make him comfortable. Put him in the 3-hole. Put Judge second. Put maybe Verdugo or someone else first. That's how I would do it. But what were your thoughts on that?
No, man. Honestly, Soto did mention that he was okay hitting wherever. But the numbers do scare me a little bit, him hitting from the 2-hole, instead of the 3-hole. But, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, the Yankees they're stubborn in a way. I mean, I still can't believe this guy's a Yankee. Oof. Super excited for opening day, but
it's going to be chills.
I don't know. It's most likely going to be DJ, Soto, and Judge. So, at this point, probably should stop arguing. We just got to live with it.
Yeah, it is what it is.
DJ Steele with another super chat, and I think I was reading it before. He feels how a lot of Yankee fan feels right now. LI is willing to wait another 5 years to win a championship so we can see how our prospects pan out. Me, I'd rather live in the moment and buy a championship. I'm tired of waiting. I don't care what the Yankees got to spend, bro. I want a championship. I get the love for Spencer Jones, and I know the chat gives it to me sometimes saying I don't like Jones. That has nothing to do with liking Jones, man. I just don't want to be, the trade deadline's coming up, and we're 8 games back of Baltimore because 2 of our starters go down, but we should have went out and got another starting pitcher. I'm going to be kicking myself. Right. I'm going to be kicking myself over
It's tough, man. How many different teams since we've won last have won? I mean, you've had teams like the Royals winning World Series since we won last. So, I mean, it's time for another Yankee championship, man. And it's getting harder to win more consistently. Obviously, everything is very analytic. The league has gone that way, and it's tougher to build a consistent winner. I mean, who had the Rangers win the World Series last year? But
they went out and they signed Seager and they signed Simeon. People were laughing at them.
Yeah.
Guess what? They won the World Series, man.
Look how quick they won. And DeGrom didn't even pan out last year, and look what happened. They still won. So
crazy, man.
Yeah.
Good for Rangers fans. Let's talk about Soto, then we'll get into a voicemail. Soto visiting the Dominican Academy, and I actually saw this on Yankee Twitter, so I wanted to talk about this a little bit. It's interesting because some Yankee fans are freaking out saying that it was 1 or 2 comments saying, why is he not there? Are you worried? I mean, I'm fine, man. Position players don't report for another, I believe it's 2 to 3 days. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sweating about it at all. Yeah. I don't think it has anything to do with the Yankees giving them an extension offering. We have heard no reports about that. So I'm not too worried about Soto, but for me and Kev, it was nice to see Soto visit that Dominican Academy, talk to those guys, just talk about the game, what it means to be a Yankee. It was pretty cool to see. So,
and it's nice of him to take the initiative and do something like that. Yep. I kind of mess around and tweeted about it, like, oh, he's for sure going to stay. Look, he's investing in the future of the team, whatever. We all like to be knee-jerk reaction kind of Yankee fans, but when you're, I mean, obviously Yankees have a big video
right there. Yep.
Yeah, they got a huge Dominican influence down there, especially, I mean, Dominicans and many other, I mean, Hispanic, different kind of cultures are very tight-knit. So anytime someone like Soto can come from a position of success from a young age and kind of give these kids that are coming a little idea of how to carry yourself and how to be a pro and how to work hard and do all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's a great gesture by him for sure.
No, 100%, and just excited for the guys to report already, especially him.
Yeah.
Just seeing him in that Yankee uniform.
Him in
it's gotta be
pinstripes
chills,
is
man.
gonna hit, man.
Yeah, 100%. Let's get into maybe one voicemail or two, and then we'll talk about Volpe a little bit.
Yep.
Hey, yo, what's good, y'all, man? Shout out to New York Underground. Man, my question really is, it's all about our pitching staff. You know, we got a solid ace in Garrett Cole, but we got a lot of question marks. You know, can Carlos Rendon come back and be like Giants Rendon? Marcus Stroman loved the energy, but he got injured. Nestor Cortez was a little injured. You know, Clark Schmidt is kind of a question mark with me. Y'all think, do we need another pitcher? Like Blake Snell is still available? Or are you guys like okay with the pitching staff we got right now? Because personally with me, I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared a bit because I think that's where we're going to be hindered is in the pitching staff. Thank y'all so much for taking this call. Have a wonderful night, y'all.
Thank you, man. Thanks for the call, man. I mean, I would love for Snell to fall in our lap. It would be nice to get another 140, 150 inning guy in there, guy with great stuff, guy with a high ceiling. It might be expensive, but what are some of your thoughts about what he had to say about Clark and some of the other guys?
Yeah, I understand, you know, the worry with the rotation, but I'm looking at other teams a little bit. I'm not sure if you guys heard, but John Means is behind on pitching the Baltimore Orioles, a team that I still worry about, of course, when they went out and they went to go get Corbin Burns. Maybe they knew the stuff about Bradish and maybe they didn't put that out and they went to go get Corbin Burns. Now Bradish with his UCL, and I believe Patton tweeted about it saying that, you know, a guy with that, it might have to come, you know, he might have to get Tommy John surgery. So if you look at the rotation, yeah, we have a ton of question marks. So do a ton of other teams. Would I love Blake Snell? Yes. Jordan Montgomery, would love him back, yes. But at this moment right now, it's February 17th. Haven't heard any reports to tell me otherwise. So, I mean, the only team to offer Blake Snell was the Yankees. I don't know what's going on. Is he hurt? Do we not know something? I mean, the reporting has been terrible all offseason, but
yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of
it's getting late, man.
Yeah, it's getting late, definitely.
These guys aren't going to sit around for too much longer, so something's going to happen soon.
Not 100%. Let's get into a little bit of Anthony Volpe. The quote that Judge had was interesting. We actually posted it on NYU. Aaron Judge on Anthony Volpe. I think the biggest thing is he uses the whole field with speed. The guy is going to be unstoppable. I think the biggest thing for him is just put the ball in play. He uses the whole field. If it's on the ground, he has the speed. And that's it, man. We actually were talking about it, Kevin and I, about his two-strike approach. I think that's maybe something the Yankees hopefully worked on him, with him during the offseason, is maybe that toe tap that, you know, Glaber has, maybe just something like that. You know, he doesn't have to have that big leg kick on two strikes because he was beat, you know, in the upper part of the zone with those fastballs. And I don't think if the Yankees make it to the World Series, he needs to, you know, take a huge step forward. But we're definitely going to need to see some improvement because if we don't in year two, I'm going to be very worried.
Yeah, and I mean, usually a guy with sometimes his swing can get a little long. He was getting beat by better velo inside, up in the strike zone. He was chasing those a lot. With the two-strike approach, I'm no hitting coach over here, but I mean, one thing that a lot of pros do is they'll go no stride, widen your stance a little bit, just roll your front foot, weight transfer, get your hands hitting position, and just throw barrel. So if he could shorten up with two strikes, he can be that pesky spray hitter where he could punch a ball down the line. Maybe he can get around on one, pull it to left field, hit more line drives instead of those fly balls. Utilize his speed. He's got crazy speed. I think they got him in launch mode last season, and he's over here trying to hit bombs. And he has power. I mean, he hit early to mid-20s, like 21, 22 homers or something like that. As a rookie, which is pretty impressive, especially as a middle infielder. You don't get a ton of guys at that position that have that kind of pop. But just because you can hit home runs doesn't mean you have to be constantly trying. So if he can shorten things up, punch a ball to the right side, steal second, it's as good as a double. So 100%. Get on base more, utilize that speed, stop hitting the ball in the air because your speed is worthless on pop-ups. I mean, spray line drives, put pressure on the defense.
Steal bases, man. Steal bases. He stopped stealing bases after he stole a couple the first couple weeks, and then in May he went through a spurt where he just was not stealing at all. Maybe
getting
because
on base.
He wasn't getting on base, and man, and I know a lot of people aren't crazy about batting average, but I mean, I can't do, we're hoping that the guy just gets over 200. I get that maybe if he's hitting like 220 and everybody else is doing their thing, that's great, but I want to see him do well and definitely to see more out of him this year.
And I think
Hopefully.
he's a better hitter than what he showed last year, personally.
Definitely.
I think there's more in there. I think he can hit 270, 280 one day. We've already seen the oppo power. There's going to be more doubles, there's going to be more singles. If he can adjust that approach, and we forget he's 22 years old. He just turned 22, I think. So, I mean, you got guys like Adley Rushman who are already 26. Volpe's 4 years from that. So there's going to be a period of time here where Volpe is getting the more reps. He's kind of learning how to be a pro still. He's around Aaron Judge. He's around Juan Soto. We got a new hitting coach in the building. I think there's good things coming from Volpe. The talent is there, obviously. That's why he's one of the highest touted prospects. Didn't trade him for Castillo, all that stuff. So a lot of people are down on Volpe after what he looked like last year as a basically a teenager. But yeah, hopefully the approach change. Hopefully what Judge is talking about, we kind of see happen more. And I'm excited to see Volpe with those adjustments be that guy at the bottom of the lineup because we need some pop down there. We can't have automatic outs before the lineup turns over.
100%. Need guys to get on for guys like Soto, and guys like Judge, 100%. I want to also mention this, just plug this in real quick. We have our event coming up. We will both be there.
Yes, sir.
420, I believe it is. Interesting day, 420. A little bit of 420. Okay, a little bit of 420. We will all be there, the whole NYYU team. I'm sure Pete or Jiro will plug it down there. The event at Yankee Stadium, man. Amazing food. Pete's been telling me 28 tickets left, guys. Yep. Make sure you guys get your tickets. I'm telling you right now.
It was 45, man, so they're going quick.
They're going very quick. Dane just put it in there in the chat, man. Super excited to meet all you guys, man. My first time actually being in the Audi Club.
Me too.
Yeah, get your tickets, man. Do not miss. We're all going to be there.
It's going to be fun. Let's all drink a beer together. Yep. Including Mario.
You guys, I'll be drinking my Dr. Pepper. But excited, man. Excited to meet all you guys. But make sure you guys get those tickets. You do not want to miss. Let's get into a voicemail and we'll talk about your favorite manager, Aaron Boone.
Woo!
Hey, yo, this is Scott from North
Scott.
Carolina. I need to place an order this week. I need a Blake Snell pizza with extra sauce, and I need it this week before Friday. Order
pizza
it up.
Sounds pretty fire right now. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
hey,
man.
I mean,
Scott,
I'm
hoping, man. I'm hoping.
Get him in the
if
building.
He's willing to take a couple options, maybe. I mean, I don't think it'll ever happen. But if he takes like a 2-year deal, 3-year deal, maybe it happens. But
maybe. I mean it's like we
man.
said earlier. It's getting late, man. These guys got to have some serious FOMO right now. Watching these other guys in camp throwing bullpens, got uniform on, doing all that stuff. So we're a week away from games being played, and we still got some really good hitters, some good pitchers out there. Bellinger, JD Martinez, Monty, all those guys. So it's gonna have to happen within the next couple of weeks, I would think. And if the Yankees were the only ones that offered Snell, I don't know. I kind of like our chances.
Boris, come back and give us a call. DJ Steele with a super chat. He asks, SpaghettiOs, you going to the event?
Is that supposed to be me?
Yeah.
Yeah, all SpaghettiOs will be there. Don't you worry.
That should be fun. Let's get into your guy, Aaron Boone. A lot of Yankee fans are not too crazy about him. He had some comments. We want to talk about our 3 kind of old men. I like to make that joke a little bit, me and you. Let's get into DJ LeMahieu. Basically saying DJ will be the leadoff hitter. DJ has to be DJ, man. Can't be what he was last year, just grounded into double plays, man. Stanton, he basically communicated with Aaron Boone saying, he'll play once or twice a week in the outfield. Again, not holding my breath on that because we know how it works with Stanton. Most likely, the guy's going to be going to the IL. Hope he produces, but surprise me at this point with Stanton and then Rizzo, man. That stuff with the concussion, it's a little tricky for me. I kind of have to see what he does. And spring training, I'm not gonna, take it into account too much, but at the same time, I want to see something from him. He said Rizzo's doing great, but again, take that with a grain of salt. I got to see what the guy looks like.
Yeah, I mean, it's especially with guys that have concussions, they could look fine on the outside until you start seeing them play. I mean, they've said he looks fine, but what if he dives head first and kind of jars his head a little bit? back into a base, or he makes a diving play at first and kind of, I don't know, jars his head a little bit. Is there going to be those cobwebs again? Is his he said towards the end of last year before he stopped playing, he was seeing the ball right where he wanted it to be. He would swing and he just wouldn't hit it, and something was off. So that's not something you can correct. I mean, there's really no true one way to correct it. I mean, the guy's either good or he's not. So that'll be a little sketchy. Stanton, not really expecting much. I hope by the time Dominguez gets there, Stanton is nothing but a bench player. Pinch hit late in the game, praying for a homer kind of guy. I mean, I'm just so done with him. But I could sit here and talk about Stanton for the next half an hour. So, but DJ, I mean, if he can pick up where he left off last season, did have a good second half. If he can be that guy and he is going to hit lead off, I mean, cool. I'm all for it. I mean, honestly, of the three, I'm banking on Rizzo being back to normal more because we need that middle of the order lefty stick. Is that Stanton right there?
Stanton, yeah, man.
Yeah, Stanton. I mean,
those new legs, we like to make a joke about me, you, Pete, and everybody. I don't know. He's looking a little bit thinner, man. Not holding my breath on Stanton, but you definitely need Rizzo to bounce back, and you need something out of DJ, especially if the guy's leading off.
Yeah, and weight loss usually doesn't mean you can see sliders better. So
give him new legs. If you guys can make that happen, give him some couple new legs.
I mean, if you can send him somewhere else too, I'd be very supportive of that too.
You know the Yankees are not gonna do that. I've been saying it since the beginning of the off season, and now we're getting closer and closer to opening day. That was never gonna happen. Those three guys will be back: Rizzo, DJ, and Stanton. But we'll see.
And Boone had his quote about him wanting Stanton to play outfield a couple times a week or something. Boone is basically a politician. He can't say what he wants. He can't say what we're all thinking. All the obvious stuff, questioning our intelligence. You're questioning our intelligence by coming out here and saying with Grisham and Oswaldo and Dominguez coming back and Judge and Soto, we got all these guys who can play outfield, and you're coming on here on camera and saying, "Oh, there's potential. Stanton could be playing some outfield for what? What do you want to play an outfield for? So you can pray that somehow makes him better at the plate." I mean, catering to Stanton, I know you're paying him a lot of money, but it's going to come down to: do you want to hurt Stanton's feelings, or do you want to win baseball games?
Put the best guys out there.
I don't care about Stanton's feelings. He's probably a great guy, and he's probably funny, and he's done commercials and all this kind of stuff. Congratulations, but I want to win baseball games. So if it comes down to if the time comes when Dominguez is back and feeling good or whatever, and he's hitting well, and Stanton is struggling or he's hurt, you got to stick the best outfield group, the best hitters out there for your outfield group. And if that doesn't include Stanton, so be it. You're gonna have to pay him either way. So, go win baseball games. That's my opinion. But
100%. Well, we got 2 more voicemails left. Then we'll talk about the most important players for the 2024 New York Yankee season. Then we'll wrap up. So let's get into the 2 voicemails.
Hey, Mario and Lasagna, Andrew Caruso 77 on Twitter here.
What's up, man?
So I'm feeling really good. You know, I just heard your point about the off season. You know, I'm honestly, you know, I think at this rate, I think I'd give the off season a grade of B. You know, because we got Juan Soto and we got Alex Verdugo, Trent Grisham. We got a couple of relievers for the bullpen, but I think the one area the Yankees failed to address this off season was starting pitching, whether it was Blake Snell or a reunion with Jordan Montgomery. That was the one area they failed to address. And, you know, I would have liked to see them address that area. So, we're following you both on Twitter and go NY Underground.
Thank you,
for
man.
the follow, man. Yeah,
thank you, man. Appreciate it. But I don't know, man. I understand, you know, the B grade. I still think I'm still gonna give it an A-. We got Juan Soto. Trent Grisham, I think he's gonna be pretty good for us. Alex Verdugo. Yeah, we could have made it, you know, an A+ with you know, a starter. We were never gonna get Josh Hader. I always felt that just weren't gonna pay crazy money for a closer. I know how the Yankees feel about Clay Holmes. But if you get that starting pitcher, then I feel like that makes it an A+. But I get if you want to give him a B+, but giving him a C is kind of crazy.
Yeah, C is too low. Anytime, I mean, you got Juan Soto in the building. Let's chill on the C grades. That Juan Soto by itself makes it a B off season. I don't care if you don't do anything else. But Adding Stroman was good. A really solid move. Obviously, we both really like Verdugo. I think Grisham is a solid bench piece. He's a lefty. You can pull. I mean, those. If Grisham does nothing more than go up to the plate and just try to yank down the line, cool. I'm cool with that.
Just play
Really
good
not
defense.
relying on him to be. Yeah, he's a great. He's more of a defense guy. Got to go with a B though. You got Juan Soto on the team. You got Stroman. You got Verdugo. You got some other pieces. So I'm pretty excited about the offseason. I'm ready to see these guys in action, get the season started. So yeah, cannot give this offseason to C. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm ready to go, ready to see these guys, man. Super excited. Hopefully Grisham snagging some balls out there and in the outfield and center field. But excited. Chat, let me know what grade you guys want to give this off season. B plus, A minus fine. I think C's a little bit harsh,
Yeah.
but let's get to the
C's too
final
harsh, man.
voicemail.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about the top 3 players we think for 2024.
Yeah.
DJ Steals.
What up, Mario? Bronx or nothing.
Man,
I don't know if it's
man got the voice, man.
Johnny with Mario tonight,
What up?
or Que Lo Kentosi joining. But how you doing? It's the one and only friendly neighborhood DJ Steely calling in again. What's up, guys? How you doing? We are
What up, DJ?
3 weeks away from the first ever, spring training game. I cannot wait, man. Baseball is
1 week,
back, baby. But the one thing that's been bothering me lately is the fact that you got a reigning Cy Young winner in Blakey, or how some people call him, Balaki Snell. He's still on the market, bro. Scott Boras is an asshole. He's a douchebag. He is a lint licker. He is a LA Yankee king. The fact that Blake Snell is still not signed with the freaking team, and like the first exhibition game is what, 2 weeks away, 3 weeks away? Holy hell, man. How can MLB, like the owners and stuff, how can they let Boras get away with this? I don't get it, bro. It's fucking dumb. Anyways, before I go, like everybody knows me by now, I got a joke.
Tell me how you really feel.
Did you guys hear about that Steve Harvey, the fight that he had with his son, man? It was big. I don't know if you guys saw it. It was on TMZ. It was real bad. Some people are even calling it a family feud. Gotta go, guys. Please.
All right.
Yeah, DJ Steals, man. He's amazing, man. One of the best calls, man. Him, Macho, so many other. You guys are the best, but.
Absolutely.
Man. No, I get it. And it's killing me too, the stuff with Blake Snell, man. He's still out there. I think there's an injury, something that we don't know about. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him. Do teams not want to deal with him because of the walk stuff? I'm not sure.
Snell is what, 32? 33?
Yeah.
So I mean,
I get why teams wouldn't want to give him crazy money, 7 years, but
from Snell's position, I mean, this might be the last big time contract you're ever going to get. Coming off of a Cy Young, that's probably the most leverage you're ever going to have. They might be asking for too much.
32. Yep, Dane says 32.
So yeah,
they indeed might be asking for too much. But
if he goes 6-year deal, 5 or 6 year deal, he's going to be what, 37, 38. So this might be his last shot to get a big time payday. Just came off of a Cy Young. If I was him, I'd be looking for a big time deal. I don't blame him, but at the same time, you don't come in on a short spring training and then have a rough start to the season with whoever you do sign with. So you got to start figuring something out quick.
Yeah, I'm sure the guy's still working out. These guys are working out. They have places too, but they definitely want to be with their team soon. I think that's gonna.
Yeah.
I'm sure that they're in Boris's ear, and he's probably telling them, we'll make it happen. But I don't think they're gonna get north of 200 million, as I mentioned before.
Yeah,
but
I don't think so.
To wrap this all up, Chad, I want you guys to answer as well. Top 3 most important Yankees. So Johnny and I, we said, Cole, Soto, and Judge are locks. Like we hope they're going to be very good for us. They're pretty much our locks. Knock on wood, everything stays all right. But besides them, 3 Yankees you think are the most important Yankees for us to win a World Series. So these 3 guys are good. The Yankees are going to be World Series champions. I wanted to go with Rodon, Rizzo. I know you have a wild card in there. I'm going to say Stanton. I'm not saying for him to be an MVP, but the guy's got to produce a little bit. He's going to be on the team. Yankees are not going to cut anything with him, cut ties. He'll still be here. If Rizzo was the guy that he was last year, towards, before the Tatis injury, listen, I think that he was on his way to be a starter for the AL. He had a little bit of better numbers than Vladdy, so I would have taken him over Vladdy to start for the AL. He was huge for us. If he could be somewhere in that middle, be a decent first baseman, I think we'll be all right. And Rodon. You guys know he's the two. He's got to make 25 starts this year. And I don't know, man. It's time for him, man. I know it's the second year, but Yankee fans are becoming a little bit restless with him. How do you feel?
Yeah, he's on the verge of, and like we talked about earlier with him talking about his mental kind of whole situation, he knows there's no margin for error. And if he comes out here and stinks it up to start the season, he's going to get just the wrath from the fans. So, gotta have, if this team's going to win the World Series, and if we don't add another starting pitcher, Rodon has to be that dude from 2022. The guy was pumping. I know his average velo, if you look at some of the pages, was like 95-ish or something, which is on par with kind of what he was last year. But I watched a lot of Rodon in 2022. I went to games when he was pitching. The guy had 98 to 100 whenever he wanted it, and he was blowing it by dudes. He was pitching angry. He was pitching aggressive, and we didn't see that last year. He was starting games around 90, 91, 92, 94. Occasionally, we would see a 97, and you're like, oh, shoot, there he is. But it wasn't that back pocket extra cheddar when he needed it kind of thing to blow guys away. So he needs to be that number 2 if we're not going to add to the rotation. Rizzo, if we're going to have him in the middle of the order, if he's going to be hitting 4 or 5,
he's going to be hitting. He's going to be hitting behind Aaron Judge. We know that.
He needs to produce. He needs to be back in his normal kind of feel for how he was that first half when he did start out really well. Obviously, with Clint Frazier, we saw that concussions can be a little unpredictable. Hoping he doesn't have a setback, or hoping he doesn't run into someone or dive or something and kind of re-aggravate the whole thing. Rizzo has to, and if Rizzo is back to normal, I think he's 25 to 30 homer guy. You could pencil him in for that. So that kind of lengthens the lineup, gives us that insurance in the middle of the order if Stanton is a paperweight again. You see, I'm gonna take those Stanton jabs every time I get them. I'm gonna.
No, I understand. I see. Listen, I see a lot of Rodon, a lot of Stanton, a lot of Wells. Honestly, surprisingly.
But my wild card.
What's up?
My wild card, if you can believe it, would be Jonathan Loaiziga.
Okay, your guy, Johnny Lasagna.
No bias over here, all right? There's no bias on this show. No bias from this man over here, but. To get to the 8th inning, we know Clay is Clay, but like we spoke about earlier in the show, if you look at his end of the season numbers, he had some really, really good numbers. That 8th inning role to bridge the gap and hold on to a lead to get to the closer is pivotal. And we know Lasagna can be 98 to 100, bowling ball sinker. I think it was Bregman who's had a quote saying best stuff he's seen in all of baseball was Loaiziga. So
yeah, he's got to be healthy, man.
If you are down. If you're down if the score is in the Yankees' favor and Loaiziga's coming in with that type of stuff as a hitter, you're not very confident because that's real tough stuff to hit. If he can stay healthy and he can be that bulletproof 8th inning guy to bridge the gap to the closer, I think that not only shortens the game, but it puts a guy in there that's going to strike fear in other hitters when it does come time to get to that 8th inning and you're down. So really tough guy to hit. The arm stuff. Recently, the tendonitis, the shoulder, the elbow, the forearm.
That's always scary.
Very concerning. I really, really hope they don't do the 2-inning thing with him, because as a former
I don't think
pitcher,
he's that kind of guy. Nope.
You know this. You throw the first inning, you get hot, you feel good, you go sit down. Could be a long inning. You get cold. You got to go back out on the mound, re-warm up, re-get that whole thing going. And sometimes that's where a lot of injuries happen, especially with a guy who's fragile, kind of like Loaiziga. So have him be the 1-inning guy, have him be the 8th inning guy. That's going to be not only huge in the regular season when you're competing for a pennant and you're doing that whole wild card, whatever. But
we better be competing. We better be competing. We better be deep into October.
Have to be.
100%.
Have to be. But shortening the game and having that 8th inning guy before the closer is huge. So, again, we spoke about Rizzo, spoke about Rodon. Loaiziga has to be that money guy in the back of the pen. But if those three can do what we know they can all do, stay healthy, and be themselves, I think there's some really good things coming for this team. But unfortunately, a lot of ifs.
No, a lot of ifs. I think it's a perfect way to end it. Talking about Johnny Lasagna with my guy Johnny Lasagna on
No
for the
bias
first time.
over here. No bias at all.
An hour and 18 minutes, guys. Thank you guys so much for sticking with us, man. You know, we appreciate it. Baseball season's right around the corner. Macho, we appreciate it. Thank you guys for sticking with us. And listen, man, I'm sure you'll be on here a couple more times, but you know, we appreciate you guys for sticking with us. And we'll see you guys next weekend, man. Let's go Yankees. Thank you, Johnny.
Let's go. Yeah, thanks for having me, man. Peace out, everyone.
Top 10 radar, yeah, we on your radar. Never miss, dog, and that's on occasion. Yeah, we on your radar. Yeah. Hey, look, top floor lifestyle, chef and boy, I'm cooking up. Way too high, ain't coming down. You see me if you looking up. I don't really talk too much, I show them run the numbers up. Lucky that I'm strolling up, I'm going off, they know what's up. Wrist too silly, yeah. Numbers crack the Billy. Yeah, don't need no dilly. I'm too fresh, I feel like really, yeah. Feel the duffels up the sign, I need a million. I'm about to take off, and I know that I'm on they radar. Top 10 radar.